In this captivating episode, Hendro embarks on a profound inner journey during a perilous space crossing, forced to confront his own shadows and the unresolved fears that haunt him. As he navigates the depths of his psyche, he uncovers powerful truths about acceptance, healing, and the interconnectedness of all beings. You won't want to miss the emotional revelations that unfold. So if you find this journey resonates with you, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more transformative stories that inspire growth and connection. Are you ready to face your own shadows alongside Hendro? Let's dive in. Chapter 8. The Inner Journey. The vastness of space was both Hendro's guide and his challenge. As his vessel, a sleek craft forged from the harmonics of forgotten star songs, drifted effortlessly through the endless night, he felt the quiet pull of the universe's infinite mysteries. Stars pulsed in slow rhythms as if breathing, while distant nebulae glowed with an ethereal, spectral beauty. But even amidst this cosmic orchestra, an unease simmered within him. He had journeyed across galaxies, spoken with beings whose consciousnesses danced between dimensions, and healed planets of their deepest wounds. Yet despite all these wondrous encounters, a shadow had begun to creep into his spirit. It was a whisper, a memory of something he had long tried to forget. Hendro felt it most clearly on quiet nights, in the stillness between stars, where echoes of forgotten fears surfaced. Tonight was one of those nights. As his vessel sailed through a cluster of swirling dust and light, he closed his eyes, breathing deeply, attempting to still his racing heart. But then it struck. A sudden, violent turbulence rippled through his craft. Lights flickered, and a deep rumble reverberated in his chest. Hendro's eyes snapped open as he struggled to maintain control. This isn't just a cosmic storm, he realized, feeling a primal fear claw at the edges of his mind. The swirling stardust outside twisted into grotesque shapes, forming shadowy figures that seemed to watch him with unsettling awareness. Each specter bore an expression he knew too well: anger, sorrow, regret. They were pieces of him, fragments of old pains and choices he'd buried long ago. The vessel's core pulsed erratically, and Hendro felt himself being drawn inward, deeper into a place he'd sworn never to revisit. The descent into shadows, with a final surge of energy, the vessel imploded. Not physically, but inwardly. Hendro's consciousness was sucked into a vortex, spiraling into the dark recesses of his own mind. He landed with a jolt on a barren landscape. The sky above was not a sky at all, but a canvas of swirling shadows, murmuring and shifting. This was no ordinary place. It was a realm formed from his own psyche, a space where unresolved fears and doubts took on physical shapes. The first form emerged from the darkness, a younger version of himself, eyes wide with the terror of past mistakes. "Why did you abandon us?" the shadow Hendro asked, voice trembling with a pain that cut deep. Hendro's breath caught in his chest. He remembered that pain vividly, the guilt of choices made, the weight of losses he couldn't undo. He began, his voice faltering. The younger shadow stepped forward, eyes blazing. "You left when we needed you most. You chose the stars over those who loved you." The accusation echoed through him. It was true. In his early days of discovery, he had sought escape, leaving behind connections that had anchored him. Friends, lovers, communities he could have healed but abandoned in his quest for cosmic understanding. Before Hendro could respond, another shadow emerged. This one was different, fierce and battle-hardened, a version of him that had fought wars between realms. "You revel in peace now," the warrior shadow spat, "but you forget the blood we spilled. Do you even remember their faces? Or have you let the stars wipe your guilt clean?" The landscape trembled with every word, forcing Hendro to confront the truth. He had taken lives when he thought it necessary, made impossible choices to protect what he believed was sacred. But the souls lost along the way still haunted him, their echoes clinging to his spirit like ghosts. "Why are you here?" Hendro demanded, finally finding his voice. His heart pounded as he faced the warrior, the child, and countless other shadows manifesting from his past. "Why torment me now?" Hendro's heart raced as he confronted the shadows, each one reflecting an aspect of his own fractured identity. "You have come to confront me, to remind me of my failures," he stated, his voice steadier now. "But what do you want from me?" The child shadow looked up at him, tears glistening in its eyes. We want you to remember, it pleaded. We want you to understand that every choice has a consequence, and every life is interconnected. You cannot simply escape into the stars without acknowledging the pain left behind. Hendro felt a surge of emotion welling within him. He had spent so long seeking enlightenment, yearning for the wisdom of the cosmos, yet here were the very shadows he had tried to outrun, demanding recognition. I thought I was doing what was best, he whispered, his voice breaking. I thought I was meant for something greater. The warrior shadow stepped forward, fierce and unyielding. Greatness comes at a cost, Hendro. You cannot pursue the infinite while neglecting the finite, the lives you've touched, the hearts you've broken. As the words hung in the air, Hendro began to see glimpses of those he had left behind. Faces of friends and lovers flickered before him, each carrying a unique story, a thread woven into the fabric of his existence. With each image, the weight of his choices bore down on him, the gravity of his past anchoring him in place. Face us, the warrior shouted, the intensity of its presence overwhelming. Stop hiding from what you've done. Only then can you rise and truly connect with the whole. Hendro closed his eyes, feeling the pull of regret and sorrow. He remembered the laughter of his friends, the warmth of their support, and the tears shed when he chose solitude over companionship. I didn't mean to abandon you, he murmured, tears streaming down his face. I was afraid of the weight of love, of responsibility. The landscape around him rippled, shifting as if responding to his confession. The shadows began to morph, transforming from menacing figures into more human-like forms, reflecting his own vulnerability. The child spoke again, softer this time. We are all parts of you, Hendro. Embrace us, for in doing so, you reclaim your wholeness. The moment hung in the air, heavy yet charged with possibility. Hendro's heart ached, and in that pain, he felt something shift. He understood now that his journey was not just about seeking the cosmos, but also about integrating his past, accepting the entirety of his being, shadows, and all. Perhaps, he began, his voice steadying, I can honor each of you without letting the weight of my past crush me. I can learn from you, not let you haunt me. With newfound determination, Hendro reached out to the shadows. I am ready to face you, he declared, drawing from the strength that surged through him. I am ready to confront my fears, my regrets, and to heal. As he spoke these words, the shadows began to dissolve, merging into the vibrant colors of the swirling sky around him. Each essence flowed into him, filling the spaces that had been empty for far too long. He felt an exhilarating rush as light poured into his being, illuminating every dark corner of his soul. He fell to his knees, the ground beneath him softening into a lush expanse of vibrant greenery, blooming with radiant flowers and rich life. The child's shadow emerged once more, now transformed into a youthful spirit filled with hope. You are not alone anymore, it said, a smile breaking across its face. In that moment, Hendro understood. The journey was never about leaving parts of himself behind. It was about bringing every fragment of his existence into harmony. He had lived in duality for too long, torn between the light he sought and the shadows he feared. But here, in the heart of his inner landscape, he realized that true growth comes from embracing all facets of oneself. The landscape shifted yet again, and Hendro found himself standing on a path lined with glowing flowers, their petals shimmering with the energy of possibility. The air was filled with a gentle hum, like the soothing song of the universe inviting him to take the next step. Now let us move forward together, the warrior shadow said, its tone no longer accusatory but supportive. We will show you the way, and in return, you will share your wisdom with others who find themselves lost in the darkness. With a deep breath, Hendro stood tall. He felt the warmth of the sun on his face, the gentle caress of the cosmic winds. He was not just a traveler of the stars, he was a vessel of experience, a beacon of hope, ready to guide others. The path ahead glowed brighter, inviting him to continue his journey. Hendro took a step forward, exhilarated by the knowledge that he was now whole, carrying his past with him as a source of strength rather than a burden. As Hendro moved forward along the luminous path, a sense of purpose ignited within him. Each step resonated with the wisdom of his past, no longer a weight, but a powerful reminder of his journey. The shadows that had once tormented him now walked beside him as allies. their presence a testament to the strength found in vulnerability and acceptance. Together, we can illuminate the darkness for others, he thought, the realization washing over him like a wave of light. He understood that his mission extended beyond himself. It was about guiding those who found themselves lost in their own shadows. The lessons he had learned were not just for his own healing, but were meant to be shared, to serve as a bridge for others on their journeys of self-discovery. In that moment of clarity, Hendro envisioned countless souls navigating their own turbulent waters, facing their fears and regrets. He felt the weight of their struggles, the longing for connection, and the yearning for forgiveness. He knew he could be a guide, a voice echoing through the cosmos, encouraging them to embrace their wholeness. With each breath, he summoned the energy of the universe around him, feeling the intricate web of connection binding all beings. "We are never truly alone," he whispered, his voice carrying on the cosmic winds. "Our stories intertwine, and in sharing them, we find solace." As he ventured deeper into the light, Hendro turned to the audience, his eyes sparkling with emotion. "I invite you to reflect on your own journey. What shadows have you been avoiding? What lessons lie in your past, waiting to be embraced? Remember, the path to healing begins with acceptance. Each step you take toward your own truth not only heals you, but also creates ripples of hope for those around you." If this journey has resonated with you, I urge you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences matter, and together we can foster a community of understanding and support. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories that inspire transformation and connection. Let's embark on this journey together, lighting the way for one another as we explore the boundless universe within and beyond. What shadows are you ready to face today?